So here we have the Collins adapter flywheel. Looks pretty cool, brand new, sealed. And then we have the pilot bearing spacer, all the hardware, and the adapter plate itself that's going to mount the CD009 to the JZ. So I'm going to go ahead and try installing this today. Make sure there's nothing in here. So we're going to go under the car. So here we have all the hardwares we need. That says 350Z bolt kit. That is JZ adapter plate bolt kit. And that is 45mm flywheel bolts. Alright, so for this we will need this guy here. Let's go under the car and try to install this plate. That way we can mount up the CD009 and take measurements for the drive shaft, and just to speed up the process a little bit. Alright, let's see how this is gonna fit. I haven't really looked at the installation or anything, but it should be pretty straightforward. Looking at the plate right now, I can tell this side is for the starter, which is there. Let me see if I have some light here. That'd be great. Seems like it's inside. And then they give us two studs, which I believe should be for the starter. And that would go in probably that way there. Be a good idea for the thread locker, but for now I'm just doing test fitment. I'm not fully installing it. What do we have next? We have this guy that would go behind the flywheel, and then we have the actual flywheel itself. Oh la la, that looks pretty cool. Look at that, that's pretty heavy. Wow. What we're gonna do first is we're just gonna sand off around here so the flywheel can bolt on properly, and the inside as well for the pilot bearing bushing, because it won't go in, and it's probably needs a little bit of sanding either here or there. Oh yeah, let's do that for now, and then we'll start bolting on the plates and close up the transmission. We'll start doing that and then bolt up the clutch, and we wait for the CD999 shifter relocation kit. It was supposed to be here today or tomorrow, but apparently they're on back order and it's going to be here, or it's going to be shipped out next week actually. So that's going to stop us for a while. But at least it'll give me some time to work on other things, and I'll just finalize other stuff. So I'm just using a 400 sandpaper just to sand down around the flywheel where the flywheel sits, and I'll sand in the inside as well, just so the pilot bearing can sit in properly. so we're gonna go ahead and install this flywheel. Alright, so we received some packages here. Got a brand new clutch. I figured since, you know, we're installing everything new, might as well put in the new clutch, because the one that I had here is actually chipped off from the top, so I didn't want to risk that. And I ordered a couple more parts, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what we have. Grease, alignment tool, alright, so we got the brand new clutch, RX8, and we have the pressure plate, we have the throw rod bearing, but we won't need that because we're using the the one from Collins. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and install this clutch disc right now. That way we can close up everything here. Installing the clutch right now with the pressure plate. That way we have everything set on the engine. And then I'm going to replace the pilot bearing at the back, or whatever slave bearing that is for the fork. That way, literally all I'm waiting for is the shifter kit, and then we can plug the tranny in, fill it with some fluid, and go for a drive. Other than that, everything else is pretty much mechanically installed and ready to go. Eventually I will either reroute this to the trunk or probably go standalone before I even bother rerouting all this. So right now this is just temporary here on the site. I did install a positive terminal here that comes straight from the battery, and then from here I'm splitting to the starter, alternator, and the other power wires for the ECU. On the left side, everything is on the side here, going through the wall and through the passenger side all the way to the trunk. So yeah, let's install the clutch and the pressure plate and start tightening down the tie rods. I have to install the rear calipers because they're still loose at the back. And pretty much everything else mechanically will be good to go. Alright, so you always want to put the clutch in first and use the tool to go all the way into the pilot bushing, and then put in your pressure plate. Okay, so that's in there. We're going to use some thread lockers on it. Work it down to 25 foot-pounds. And then you take out this tool here, and you're good to go. It's pretty much fully aligned right now. Finally, we received this package. I've been waiting for this for over a month now. From Canada post strikes to the company itself being back ordered, and then they had some issues with the plates that they received. Anyways, finally we got the item here. I already opened it. I couldn't resist. I didn't have my camera on me, so I'm gonna show you what's inside here again. They sent a free shirt just because, you know, the inconvenience caused, so I appreciate that. Some papers in here. Everything here was wrapped up, but I just threw the packets. But that's the bracket itself. Kinda dirty it already. So that's the bracket itself there. We have the this that goes instead of the stock place, and then it connects to it. Bolts. This is where you can adjust the shifter if you want it short, long, medium. That's the actual shifter with threads on it. You bolt on any knob you want on the top here, and some bushings. So let's get straight to it. That way we can get the car up and running. It's already been a couple weeks. The car's just sitting here. I haven't done this install before, of course, because I've never used the CD009, but it shouldn't be too hard. Put everything here and start with this guy. Let's get some pictures here. That's the manual. That's gonna go here, I believe. Let me get a small rubber mallet. Well, of course, now that I need the mallets, I can't find it. There's 3 hammers and a huge mallet, and I can't find the small one. Does that ever happen to you guys? Install the dowel pin. Okay, we got it in. Alright, so we got the transmission in. It was a little bit of a tight fit, but we managed to get it in. Drive shaft is in. That's a 3.5 aluminum drive shaft. Everything is just bolted on temporarily for now. So for now, we're gonna work on the clutch line. So what we need to do is we need to make a new line from the master cylinder, which is linked to your clutch, and we're gonna run a line straight to the slave cylinder on the transmission. I did get a fitting here, or fittings, and I got a hose. I think that's a -3. Believe should be enough. So that's one of the adapters. It's a banjo with bolt in it and a washer, and then there's a straight end that would go onto the hose, and then the other side would bolt on there. So let's go ahead and install the first one here. We're gonna install the banjo and the bolt for the washer. I think I'll run the clutch line behind that down all the way. So one side will go behind the brake booster. We're going to come here, take out the original bolts and washers. We're going to close it down. Hold the banjo so it doesn't go anywhere. We're going to point it towards that side because that's where our line is going. and that should be pretty it for this side. Okay, that's all tight, and we're gonna go at the bottom now, do the same thing with the slave cylinder, which is this guy here. So it's this guy here. We're gonna do the same thing. Probably gonna put the line there or loop around. Actually, no, I won't loop it. I'll just come like that and go straight on it. Or maybe, yeah, I think it should be fine. I'll just come around like that and go straight into the slave cylinder. I'm gonna do some chopping now, and yeah, that should pretty much do the trick.